Doesn't make sense now. Shit just got real, things are getting intense now. I hear you talking about we a lot, oh you speak French now. Giving me the sign, so I gotta take a hint now. I hit you up like, do you wanna hang right now? On the east side, and you know I'm with the gang right now. You say, do I wanna watch, do I know what time it is right now? It's after 2 a.m. and that's asking a lot of you right now. All she talking about is come and see me for once. Come and see me for once.
We made it to New York. Everybody's here. The gang's all here.
Minus Kanisha.
Right, minus Kanisha.
I know.
I'm not recording with my camera, y'all. Just my phone for today.
Always minus Kanisha.
But I had a safe trip. The bus was pretty quick. I tried going to sleep. I was asleep for like a little bit, but not really. And I was able to get on the metro to Grand Central and then on the train that we're about to get on now, and it was pretty easy. Usually I'll be struggling when I come here because I don't be knowing where to go, but we were able to figure it out. So yeah, right now I think we're gonna go to get oils, and we may go to happy hour and then just get some drinks and then just be in the city. So I'm excited for that, and hopefully we don't stay out too late because I have to wake up early for the Sip&Slay. I always want to call it Sip&Slay event because I'm going to that tomorrow. I already have my outfit picked out. I just need to make sure it looks the way it needs to look. But other than that, this is it. You got something to say?
Legs and hips and body.
I'm gonna close this out right here.
Doesn't make sense now. Shit just got real, things are getting intense now. I hear you talking about we a lot, oh you speak French now. Giving me the sign, so I gotta take a hint now. I hit you up like, do you wanna hang right now? On the east side, and you know I'm with the gang right now. You say, do I wanna watch, do I know what time it is right now? It's after 2 a.m. and that's asking a lot of you right now. All she talking about is come and see me for once. Come and see me for once. You don't ever come to me. You don't ever come to me.
Hey y'all, good morning. Happy Saturday. Today is the Sip&Slay event. I'm actually headed to Grand Central now. It's 10:11. Check-in started at 10, but the event doesn't start until 11. So I was gonna catch the 9:42, but I didn't wake up in time. We stayed out way later than what I expected last night, till a little before 2, and then of course we had to go home and take showers and stuff and then wind down and all of that. So I'm a little tired, but I'm gonna stop at Starbucks at Grand Central. I found it yesterday when I went to the bathroom. So yeah, and then I'm gonna probably call a Lyft from Grand Central. But yeah, y'all, I can't really show y'all my outfit, but it's a little set from Zara. I feel like y'all seen this before, it's just been a while. And then the MM Fleur O'Hara blazer and the champagne satin, I believe that's what it's called. My B. Marie rings, of course I had to represent, and then my B. Marie earrings. These are from Nordstrom Rack. I tied a scarf around my bag just to give it some pizzazz, and then I have my shoes. I don't think I showed y'all my shoes, but I'm not taking them out right now. They're in this bag. But yeah, other than that, good morning. I'm glad I brought my camera because I don't want to record a bunch of stuff on my phone. Obviously I'm gonna like take some pictures and like some random video on my phone for Instagram, But as far as like vlogging and stuff, I really just want to vlog on my camera. And I also feel like it's a conversation starter. If people see that I have a camera, they're gonna want to like jump in and be a part. At least that's what I hope, and that's easy for me to like connect with people. So yeah, y'all, I'm excited. Hopefully I get a good seat. I kind of want to sit in the front a little bit, but I feel like I would have had to get there a little early, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure it's some favor that's going to be happening today. So I'm praying that I meet some nice people, make some nice connections. And yeah, so I'll see y'all when I get there. Super cute. A lot of cute outfits, a lot of cute just everything. As y'all saw, I definitely feel like I could have stepped it up with my outfit just a little bit, but I am gonna say I'm glad I brought flats because my feet are hurting. The shoes that I bought, I don't know if I showed y'all, but I'm gonna try to pop in some pictures and things. The shoes that I bought from Amazon, super cute. They were my feet weren't hurting, but because my feet were sweaty, they were kind of sliding. And I felt like I didn't have enough support is what I thought I was gonna have. Like the platform didn't hurt, but the front of the shoe was kind of loose and it wasn't gripping my foot the way that I wanted to. So it is what it is though. I feel like my feet are like kind of narrow but kind of wide at the same time, so I don't know. But anyway, I did not get a chance to see Sierra. She was supposed to be the keynote speaker, and I'm not gonna lie, I really wasn't interested in seeing her. Like, I love her down, cute, enjoy her music, grew up on Sierra, but like, I'm okay, like I'm ready to go at this point. But I did see a couple of friends that I knew, my friend Alicia, I saw Cleo, I did not get a chance to take a picture with her. I should have. Carolyn Gray, my girl, she like, have I met you before? You look so familiar. I'm like, I mean, you may have, but I definitely have not met her, but it was really cool seeing her. And yeah, I think I got all the good content that I wanted. I got cute pictures, I got great video of everything, so I got a little family's friend. So I'm about to meet them there now. I kind of want to change. I mean, I look decent. Obviously, I just left an event. I look fine. But I think I want to put my scarf on as a top. But we'll see. We'll see. But other than that, definitely had a good time. Sorry, it's kind of bouncy. We're going over a lot of humps. But definitely had a good time. And I'm glad I brought my camera because I wasn't. But at the last minute, I'm like, you know what? Let me bring my camera. This is what I came here for. So I'm glad I did. So yeah, that's my little feedback for the event. Would I go again next year? I think I would. I definitely would, but I definitely would pay $99 again. I don't know that I want to pay any more than $100 to attend that event. VIP seemed to be a great experience because they were able to sit a little closer. But other than that, it really wasn't no different. I mean, they did get access to like this VIP lounge and then like this gift bag. But other than that, like, I was very content with my general admission ticket. And I'm not mad at that. But yeah, y'all. I'm a little tired, but I know we about to probably be out all night. Hopefully we do get a chance to go back home because I do want to drop these heels off because I'm holding on to these heels. I got my camera still. I just got a lot of stuff. So hopefully we do go back to Chastity's to just like freshen up a bit and then go back out. But you never know with them. We might end up being out all night. But we'll see. We will see. But other than that, thanks y'all for coming with me to Sip and Slay 2025. Y'all might see me next year. But yeah, I will continue vlogging until tomorrow. Like I said, I don't really know what we're about to do. And I don't leave until tomorrow evening, so I don't really know what we're about to do tomorrow either. But other than that, I'll talk to y'all later.
Yo, I cannot stand Chastity. She wouldn't have been running. What time is it? No. This one.
Hey y'all, it is Monday and I am back home from New York. I'm actually about to hop on a live segment with Janelle. She reached out to me to be a part of her live IG series, and the title of it is pivoting and basically talking about my layoff story. So after sharing my layoff story, she actually reached out to me on LinkedIn to be a part of her IG live segment. So I'm about to tune into that. It started at 7, but I won't be going live until 7:45. And I'm gonna try to record some of the conversation. I actually have my phone right in front of me ready to go. But yeah, y'all, New York was fun. I definitely want to give like a brief recap of everything that we did once I go live, because I don't obviously have time to do it right now. But yeah, I was rushing if you couldn't tell. But I'm excited for the live segment, so I will see y'all at the live.
Everyone that's just joining, and we're talking about experience. In the moment, it doesn't feel like it, but it works out. And we have Kristen on.
Hey, Janelle.
And welcome in. Hi.
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you good.
Okay, perfect. Hopefully you can see me, all that good stuff. Let me turn my light up.
I got this light and these glasses
Girl,
and the
same.
glare, so I'm like, I can barely see. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. We've had some great conversations so far, and I know your story is going to impact a lot of people as well. But first, if you could introduce yourself.
Yes. So hey y'all, I'm Kristen. I am the CEO and founder of SCB Luxury Styling, where I help aspiring, sophisticated women in transition truly create a presence that aligns with their purpose. So I do that through capsule wardrobing. I do that through educating women on their body shape and confidence building. So I love to call myself a style savant because I do more than just personal styling. I really infuse professional development, confidence building. I like to kind of call it style therapy, all into one, because how we see ourselves and how we want to be perceived really matters. So yeah, that is what I do and have been doing that since 2014. So it's been a while. But I'm glad to be here and I'm excited to share my story. Yeah, so 2016, it was my first big girl job, fresh out of college. I had been out of college maybe 2 months. I graduated December of 2015 and I got hired at a company where I was a virtual stylist and of course a regular stylist in person. So I saw my clients in person and virtually. And I thought I would be working there for forever. In fashion, I love styling. I thought that's what I would be doing. And about 8 months later, they let me go. This was slightly different compared to all my other layoffs because as a contractor at the time, I wasn't like a salaried stylist or anything like that. This industry is very different from your typical industry. And the type of job that I had was contracted. So in order for me to keep my job, I had to meet certain sales goals and qualifications and things like that. And being fresh out of college, my network really wasn't huge. Selling clothes and selling a service was a challenge for me. Back then, I was extremely nervous. I didn't really know how to talk to people, but I did what I had to do. But obviously for them, it wasn't enough. So they told me, I can't remember the specifics, but this was September 2016. They basically told me maybe a week or two before that if I didn't meet this goal by a certain time that, I would be out of a job. So I worked as hard as I could, to do what I needed to do, but it just wasn't enough. So the last day, I kind of felt like it was going to be my last day going into work. And mind you, this job was in DC. So it was a very long commute coming from Baltimore, about an hour and some change. So I'm sitting on the MARC train. I had to catch the metro. I had to walk 2 blocks to work, already kind of thinking in my mind like, dang, today is probably going to be my last day. But there was still there was still a little bit of faith there, inside of me thinking like, oh, maybe, this won't be my last day. Maybe, I'll still be here tomorrow, but it happened. And I was very, very sad. This is my first, like I said, serious job, fresh out of college. I had student loans that had started kicking in. I, was planning on moving out. It was just a lot of moving parts. And I just felt like everything stopped once they told me that day was my last day. So I was distraught. I was crying. I had a friend that was my coworker. We actually ended up leaving together and he was trying to like help me, make me feel better, all these things. But I was very sad, y'all. But God works in mysterious ways because 2 weeks later, I ended up getting another job as a executive assistant at for a local designer here in Baltimore. So I wasn't out of a job long, but the job that I got, it really didn't I wasn't getting paid as much. Thankfully, it was closer to work, so I wasn't spending a ton of money on gas or anything like that. But it wasn't really what I wanted to do, but I just took it because it was still in fashion. I was still learning and I needed a job. So that was 2016. I don't know if you want me to keep going, but let me know if you want me to move on.
So you got the second job 2 weeks after, which look at that. Like you didn't have to, even though it was hard and you were sad, you got an offer. It's still in the fashion industry. You're still building your resume.
Yeah.
How long were you at that job before, were you laid off at that job, the executive assistant?
No, I actually wasn't. I was there for 10 months and I actually decided to leave. So I put my 2 weeks in for the first time, had never done that before. And as an executive assistant, if you all aren't familiar, I'm working very closely with the owner of the company. It was a small business. It was me, the owner, and then two other employees. So very small, close-knit working environment, but it just really wasn't for me. After 10 months, I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. So I actually ended up putting my 2 weeks in there, and that was scary. Literally had to, and this was before ChatGPT, y'all. So I had to like figure out Google what to say. I had to ask if she was available for me to chat with her. Like my heart was beating so fast. So I actually didn't get laid off. I actually chose to leave for my mental health and my well-being. I just knew that it wasn't really the job for me, and my season there was up. So I've had other jobs in between then, but we mentioned I got laid off 4 times. So the second time was in 2020. I had actually recently picked up another job working for Amazon, and I was a virtual styling assistant there as well. I started March 3rd of 2020, was there for a week, and then the pandemic hit, and then they sent us home. So working from home, that was an adjustment. I had never done anything like that before, on that caliber. And it was a lot adjusting to that. We started having meetings virtually. I didn't really know what was going to happen. They kept telling us, we'll go back into the office soon. We'll go back into the office soon. And it never happened. But fast forward from March 3rd, 2020 to December 20th. And it's so crazy how I'll really be remembering all the dates. I think it was either December 12th or December 20th, somewhere in between then. I got laid off from that job. Was I expecting it? Very similar to the first one. So they told me, if I didn't do this, I would be laid off for this reason, all that stuff. So it ended up happening. So I was pushed into the pandemic without any type of job. I didn't get unemployment that time around, and I didn't get it in 2016 either. So it was rough. 2021, most of 2021 was very rough for me financially. But obviously I got through it. I'm good. Was I as sad as I was the first layoff? A little bit. I didn't cry this time. So I was getting stronger. I was getting stronger, but I didn't cry this time. I was irritated and I was upset. But it was cool. Obviously God worked it out. Fast forward, I ended up getting not one, but two jobs in August of 2021. So that was a blessing. And I got laid off again 2023 from one of those jobs. Now that was effective immediately. I was actually out running errands. I was salaried. I was at the job for at least almost 2 years. So at this point, I went from part-time to full-time, became salaried. And I was just out running errands on the clock, doing what we all do sometimes when we're on the clock. And I get a random meeting added to my calendar, similar to my latest layoff. I'm like, okay, that's odd. So my manager's manager slacked us and said, hey, just letting y'all know we added a meeting to your calendar. Like, please attend, it's important. So I ran into the car, got on the call, and literally all of my coworkers were on the call. And my manager's manager said, at this time, we're going to have to let you all go. And at this point, I was just laughing because I'm like, okay. And I'm in this boat again. Like, what is actually happening here? And all of these jobs were fashion, styling, personal styling, all related, but for different brands and companies. So I was basically doing the same thing each time, thinking that, I loved each job that I've had. I never hated any of them, but thinking that I would be there for a very long time. So from August of 2021 to January of 2023 was the time that I spent at the third job that laid me off. So January 2023, I was able to get a severance. This was my first time ever getting a severance. First time getting a severance. And then I also...
Or how many months? Not how much.
Yeah, no. So that was interesting because it was my first time getting a severance. I really didn't understand the lingo. So they mentioned a month. I want to say a month worth of severance, but for them that was only two pay periods. Yeah. So I basically only got paid twice. So I was expecting a little bit more, just my misunderstanding and me not knowing at the time. So that kind of threw me for a loop. And I was constantly applying for jobs. I got severance. I did get unemployment this time. So that was a blessing. But I was from January 2023 to maybe July of 2023, I was applying for jobs. And at the time, I'm like, I've always had my business, like I mentioned earlier, since 2014 actually. Started blogging in 2013 and then transitioned into actual styling in 2014. And I've always had my business. My business was never not a thing. Like, it was always there. But I just never poured into it as much as I was pouring into these other jobs. Hey y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. I tried to get as much as I could. I can't remember exactly where it stopped, but yeah, basically shared all of my layoffs from each of my jobs. I've been laid off 4 times. So I walked through that entire story as best as I could. And hopefully I didn't confuse anybody, but that was a lot. But yeah, it was fun. I love talking about my journey. I love being transparent and just sharing all the things that I've been through, because they made me stronger. They made me the person that I am today. Like, it's not something that I like cry about at all. And I'm happy that I'm at that space, mentally and spiritually. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that. And I'm gonna close the vlog out here. I did want to do a quick recap of the weekend. So the weekend was fun. Like I said, I went to New York, as y'all saw, to visit Chastity, and of course Jasmine and Kanisha came down. And then I went to Sip&Slay. Friday I got to Chastity's maybe at like 1 o'clock, 1:30. Took a shower, and then we headed out closer to maybe like 5-ish. Chilled for a bit, then went out. What did we do Friday? We went to go get some body oils, because there's this shop that has all of these oils that are basically perfumes, like popular perfumes. So I got Delina from Perfumes de Marley. I think that's how you say it. It smells really good. I should have gotten another scent, but I got what I got. So got that, and then once we left there, we went to happy hour, which was cool. We got shots, we got drinks, we got food. And I didn't know that they had made a reservation, because maybe they made it when I was in the shower. I don't know, but we ended up canceling that reservation because we had 8 at happy hour. We went to this place called Pagoda, or Pagoda, something like that. It was really good. And then once we left there, we walked around a bit, and then we ended up going to Starbucks Reserve, which I feel like that's our thing. I got a really good matcha margarita, lavender matcha margarita. It sounds nasty. I don't even like matcha like that. I only like it when it's like spiced up and all of that, like it got a lot of flavoring in it. But that thing was good. So if you ever go to Starbucks Reserve, get that. That's real good. I'm pretty sure it's seasonal, but it's real good. So got one of those. Ended up leaving, going back to, because that was all in like Manhattan. And then we went back to the Bronx where Chastity lives, and we ended up going to a lounge. And we had drinks and everything there, turned up there. We stayed out a little later than I wanted to, because the next morning I had to get up to go to Sip&Slay. But it was cool. Was able to recoup, get myself together. I made it to Sip&Slay, which was in Manhattan. Took the Metro North to go to Grand Central, and then from Grand Central I got an Uber, because where Sip&Slay was located, it really wasn't a train that went over there. So I just ended up getting an Uber from Grand Central. It was maybe like 20 minutes or so. Got there, the lines were wrapped around the building, and I thought I was late. Apparently my friend Ariel, who I met up with, who's also from Baltimore, they had got there on time, and they had been waiting that entire time. So thankfully I was able to hop in the line with them. I met Ariel's friend Taylor, and then I met another girl, Sabrina, who was in line with them. Super cute. Finally got in. We actually sat in the back, because general admission, it was like split in two. So general admission was in the back, and then VIP was in the front. So they had not little, but they had TVs there, so we could see like the panel up close, but it was still kind of hard to see, but obviously we could hear everything. So that was cool. The space was beautiful. It was at this place called Glass House, and if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw everything, but obviously I'm gonna share it in this YouTube as well. Beautiful place. They had a lot of like different activations, so places where you could take pictures. They had a place where you could make a bouquet of flowers. They had bags, gift bags. Vaseline had a pop-up. They had a bar outside on both sides. The event was actually happening in the middle, and then on the other side were all the vendors. Juvia's place was there. They were giving away free products and stuff. They also had a matcha place, but I didn't get matcha because we had been drinking. So I had literally been drinking rosé all day at the event. It was unlimited, rosé, so that was nice. But the conversations were great. The food was decent. It was cold by the time we got it, so I don't know. But the atmosphere was really, really nice. I was able to meet Carolyn Gray, so that was cool. I didn't even know she was speaking. I want to say her panel was the best one. It was Carolyn Gray. It was another woman I don't know. And then it was, I think her name is Shania Walker. They talked about monetizing your platform, and that's what I was there for. So I can't remember like all the details that they shared because it was a lot of information in one day, y'all. I did take some notes, and I kind of wish I would have connected with more people, but it was all good. I had a good time. I really did. I enjoyed myself being there. And I liked my outfit. Now, I will say I really wish I would have come a little harder, but I was trying to wear something that I already had in my closet that I haven't really worn like in a long time. And I was comfortable in my outfit, but I kind of wish I would have did a little bit more. And the shoes that I had ordered were from Amazon, and really cute. I can actually show y'all. I should have took, well, obviously I'm gonna pop up a picture. I should have took a picture of the shoes like as they were, but super cute shoes, y'all. Like super cute metallic platforms, multicolored, and they had other colors, but I was drawn to these because my outfit was this color. So really cute shoe, but it was kind of loose up here around my foot, which didn't really help because my feet are, aside from my bunion, my feet are very narrow. So like I need like something to grip my foot, and this just didn't grip it as much as I thought it would. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I might actually get some grippers and put grippers in them. It's like they grip my foot, but after a while, obviously my feet were sweating. So yeah, but super cute shoe. Like these are cute shoes, and you know we love a platform over here. So I will link these as well. I will link everything that I wore as well. So y'all can grab these. Again, really comfortable, but y'all know my feet are special. I have bunions, so my feet weren't hurting, but my feet were definitely sliding to the front by the time the event was over, and that's uncomfortable to me. But they were a very comfortable shoe. Sierra was the keynote speaker, but to be honest, y'all, I wasn't really interested in seeing Sierra. Like, I mean, I would have stayed, but I was kind of tired, and I also wanted to meet up with my friends because I didn't want to be running around town trying to find them. So I ended up and I didn't have a signal in there, only in certain parts of the space. So I finally got a signal. I don't know where I was, but I finally got a signal, texted them to see where they were, and they obviously waited for me to get where I needed to go. I ended up just catching a lift and meeting up with them. I don't know what part. Maybe that was Manhattan. Child, I don't know what part of New York that was, but it wasn't far. And I met up with my friends, and then we met up with Chastity's friends. We went to a park to drink and just chill and be in the mix of it all in New York. And then we had a reservation for a restaurant, so we ended up leaving there. I ended up leaving the event maybe a little bit before 4. Got to them probably a little after 4. And then or maybe I left at 4, I don't know, but I got to them like after 4, and we probably left outside maybe around 7, and then our reservation for the restaurant was at 9. I was beat, I was tired, I was hungry, I hadn't eaten since the event, and like I told y'all, the food was cold and it just wasn't enough food. So I was hungry and I was ready to go to sleep. So we got to the restaurant, we got food, it was good, and then we walked around to walk our food off, and then we went back home. We didn't go to bed probably, I didn't go to bed probably till like almost 3. We stayed up watching Beauty in Black. They got us watching Beauty in Black, y'all. That Tyler Perry series on Netflix. I don't know if y'all seen it. I seen it on Netflix, but I was never interested in it enough to watch it. But they were like, oh, it's good. Chastity and Jasmine was like, oh, it's good, y'all should watch it. It's a little ghetto, but it's good. So ended up watching that. Me and Kanisha, it was our first time seeing it, and y'all, we was into it. So I'm literally gonna finish watching more episodes tonight once I get off of here, and I do have to finish up some work to prepare tomorrow for a virtual shopping session with the client. So I'm excited for that, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Obviously I ended up leaving Sunday to come back home, and then I just got off that live segment. So yeah, just a quick recap of the weekend, and I hope y'all enjoyed. I will try to get this edited as soon as possible to go out this week, but tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, y'all will be getting a educational video, which I need to edit tonight. So yeah, y'all, I will see y'all in the next vlog, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Bye.